Welcome to the Project Management Professional, or PMP, course. In this course, we will learn the essential concepts and practices of professional project management.
All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into the absolute core of project management, uncovering the foundational concepts behind how major initiatives are actually accomplished. Whether you're leading a team for the very first time, or maybe you've been working on massive corporate initiatives for years, the fundamental physics of getting things done, they remain exactly the same.
Just think about it for a second. How does something as incredibly complex as constructing a massive power plant actually get done? Big achievements simply don't happen by accident. Building that plant isn't just about having the right engineers or the right materials lying around. It's about organizing literally thousands of moving parts into a singular, successful outcome. It is a deliberate, meticulously orchestrated effort. So, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by defining what a project actually is, then demystify the management side of things, explore the tricky balance of scope, time, and cost, outline the project manager's specific role, and finally, we'll cover how to avoid the most common mistakes.
Okay, let's jump right into Section 1. What is a project? Let's define the basics.
A project is fundamentally completely different from your everyday operations. While your routine work is repetitive, the stuff that sustains the business day to day, projects are unique efforts that step entirely outside that status quo. We're talking about constructing that power plant, installing a brand new turbine, or maybe implementing a new computerized maintenance management system. You are literally leaving the routine behind to build something entirely new. And here's a crucial point. Projects are never indefinite. They have a hard start and a hard finish. By definition, a project is a temporary effort undertaken to create a unique product, service, facility, or result. Basically, you do the work, you achieve that specific outcome, and then the project is officially over.
It really boils down to three core characteristics. It's temporary, it's unique, and it has a defined objective. Honestly, whether you're building a massive suspension bridge or writing a new piece of software, if it doesn't have a specific end date, a totally unique outcome, and a clear goal, well, it's just not a project.
And hey, scale doesn't change the physics of a project at all. From simply installing some new equipment on a factory floor, to a full plant modification, implementing SAP, or even establishing a massive new physical warehouse, the exact same rules apply. They're all temporary, they're all unique, and they are strictly defined by their ultimate objective.
Moving right along to Section 2, demystifying project management. Let's look at how it actually works.
Now, I know this sounds a bit like corporate jargon, but project management is really just applying knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to meet specific requirements. That's it. It's the rigorous, step-by-step engine of planning, executing, and closing that actively drives the effort forward. It's what turns an abstract idea in your head into a finished working product.
Think of the project manager as someone juggling a massive, multi-dimensional puzzle. You aren't just making a schedule, you're balancing the entire scope of work, the budget, the physical resources, the quality of the output, unforeseen risks, procurement, and, maybe hardest of all, the complex communication and expectations of every single stakeholder involved.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, Scope, Time, and Cost, the ultimate balancing act.
This is probably the most famous concept in the entire industry, the project management triangle. You've got scope, time, and cost sitting at the three corners, with quality resting right there in the middle. And the tension here is absolute. If you pull on one corner, the others must inevitably adjust, or your quality is absolutely going to suffer. Let's make this real. Say you're building that power plant, and suddenly the client asks you to add an entirely new facility wing. That is a massive increase in scope. Well, you're inevitably going to require more time, more resources, or a bigger budget to pull that off. Adding scope without adjusting your timeline or your money will instantly degrade the quality of the build. It's what we call scope creep, and honestly, it obeys the laws of physics every single time.
All right, Section 4, the project manager's role, coordinating success.
The absolute biggest distinction you need to make here is between leadership and technical execution. The project manager is responsible for coordinating the project, not doing every technical activity personally. You are the conductor of the orchestra. Your job isn't to actually pour the concrete or weld the pipes, it's to ensure the person pouring the concrete has exactly what they need, exactly when they need it, so they can succeed. From defining those initial day-one objectives to formally closing the whole thing out, the manager's fingerprints are on every single phase. We're talking developing plans, managing resources, controlling the schedule and costs. They're actively mitigating risks before they blow up into disasters, coordinating stakeholders, reporting progress, ensuring quality, and managing those inevitable, sometimes frustrating changes that always pop up along the way.
Let's ground this in another real-world scenario. Say you're tasked with installing a new 10-megawatt generator. As the manager, you coordinate the exact chronological path. Step 1. Feasibility study and engineering. Step 2, procurement and civil work. Then Step 3, equipment delivery and installation, followed by testing and commissioning, until finally, Step 5, the official handover. You are the singular thread tying all those disparate phases together into one cohesive timeline.
Finally, Section 5, Avoiding Common Mistakes, the traps to avoid.
Now these right here, these are absolute project killers. Starting without a clear objective is quite literally like driving blindfolded. Throw in poor scope definition, an unrealistic schedule, inadequate resources, or simply ignoring risks, and you've basically set the team up for failure before you've even broken ground. And don't even get me started on poor communication or weak documentation. If you allow uncontrolled changes to happen, they will quickly derail even the most perfectly engineered plans.
Our source material sums this up beautifully. Project management is not simply making a schedule. It is the complete process of converting an objective into a successful result. It's a holistic, transformative discipline. It's the art and science of turning a conceptual goal into a tangible, working reality. So as you look toward your next big initiative, you've got to ask yourself, are you just making a schedule, or are you architecting success? How are you going to coordinate the scope, the timeline, and all those stakeholders to actually turn your blueprint into reality? It's a lot to think about, right? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and good luck with your next project.